I am an aerospace engineer and I'm super proud of it. I was on a 14-month maternity plus holidays leave from work, and I just joined back at the beginning of this year. And before I joined back, me and my husband had that huge discussion whether I should quit my job and pursue my art business full-time or not. And obviously, you know the outcome of that discussion from the title of this video. I want to be completely transparent with you here and want you to know that every one of us may not be in a similar financial situation or have the same circumstance as me, so I don't want you to be disappointed or let down by what I tell you. If you have been following along my journey through Instagram since long back, then you probably already know some of these things about me and my life. Hey friends, I'm Geetu, or your Colourfulmystique, and on this channel you can find everything about me, my art and my art business. I'm starting with a bit of a background story because then you will understand my reasons. I always wanted to be an aerospace engineer and dreamt of it since childhood. I used to spend hours and hours on NASA's website and was always that slight nerd kid in school who got high scores in school and college. My father was my hero because he graduated as an electrical engineer from NIT Calicut at those times when it was purely based on merit, less number of seats, and no competitive entrance exams either. Compared to him, I was nothing. He was the biggest nerd that I have ever heard of because who would go home and refer to an advanced level textbook after a lecture and then walk over to the professor the next day with a brain-numbing question? Well, he did. He was actually disappointed that I was not the same as him, but he loved my dream of becoming an aerospace engineer. But in 2009, he became ill with cancer and our world fell apart. Because of that, I didn't get good scores for the entrance exams and never made it to any of the aerospace engineering seats in India. My dream started to fade away. My father passed away in 2010. And I, being the eldest in the household, had a lot of responsibilities. But my mother, who of course was another genius human being, a postgraduate in botany, a teacher and an artist herself, never made us, that is, me and my sister, feel any negligence. She gave us everything we wanted and managed the entire household alone. Maybe I get it from her. I still managed to get a good degree of electronics and communication from a reputed university in Kerala, India, and wanted to pursue my master's in aerospace. But my mom, being the protective person, wouldn't allow me to go out of the country. And studying in India for the same was out of the question because I was done writing entrance exams. So I decided on another career track, that is to pursue MBA and work in a managerial role in an engineering firm. Writing the exams for MBA admissions were easy and I got into a very reputed college, Birla Institute of Management in India. I became the second topper in my class and left the college with campus placement in an insurance firm. Yes, insurance. I know that's strange, but that's how things ended up. I did enjoy the first few months in my work, but slowly it started to get to me. I hated the corporate life and the office politics. So I came home every day and painted, but I never thought of starting an art business then. I did know then that in a few months my life was going to change for good. My mom wanted me to get married and she started looking for guys for me. If you're not from India, I know that this sounds very strange, but it's quite normal and I was completely fine with it. And then we found this person who is now my husband, of course, but he was everything I wanted to be. He was working and settled in the UK as an aerospace engineer. We started talking and he was everything I wanted in a husband as well. On the very first day that we spoke, he told me he was looking for a partner who would do everything together with him. House chores, go to the gym, play tennis and travel the world together. And obviously, I fell for him. We only dated for a month for me to take the decision of quitting my job in India. We decided that I'll get my second master's, this time in aerospace, from the UK. And my mother was completely fine with it because she was leaving me with someone whom she trusted. I traveled to the UK even before we got married, as I got myself admission into one of the best aerospace universities in Europe, Cranfield University. That was the best year of my education. I had never thought that I would reach there. My father would have been so happy and proud if he was alive then. After finishing uni, I got an amazing job as a systems engineer in an aerospace firm here in the UK, and I have been working there since. I have loved my job since day one and everything that goes with the job. And of course, we got married in 2018 and entered our little fairy tale. I still painted regularly because it was just another passion of mine. I didn't think of taking it up as a business, but in 2019, a friend came over and she said that my paintings were so good and that I should start an Instagram account. I procrastinated over it for long, and then we took a trip to Prague, Belgium and Amsterdam. In Prague, I found some artists painting plein air and I fell in love with that perspective. I went back to the hotel room and started my Instagram account that night. I posted some paintings of mine that were in my phone and started following some artists. Then I realized that I had just entered another world altogether and opened myself to a lot of new possibilities. After we reached back home in the UK, I started painting every day so that I could post in Instagram. Slowly, my art account grew and I got better each day. I learned about SKILLSHARE as a platform to teach, and I launched my first online class. I started earning along with my full-time job, and it felt good. I saw SKILLSHARE as a possibility to achieve some dreams in the UK, and it worked out well. I'll tell you all about that some other day for sure. It combines my passion for teaching, my love for painting, and my dreams together. Managing all of it along with my full-time job was never difficult. I never felt burnt out because of the systems and strategies that I had built to accomplish those dreams. I didn't sacrifice anything to achieve them and didn't even think of them as work. We watched all of the movies and Netflix series we wanted to, traveled to places, went to the gym, played tennis, read books, and yet I painted every single day. Then we decided to have a baby, and our son was born in December 2021. Even with him, my painting career and dreams were never a problem. When he slept, I painted or did other housework. For the first 10 months, we obviously had help. My mother was here, then we went to India, then his parents were here, and then we went to India again. And time literally flew in a jiffy, and it was time for me to get back to work. And that is when we had this huge discussion. But it was not because I didn't have time to pursue my art, but because we dreaded the idea of sending the little one to nursery all week and the cost involved. There were 3 to 4 months in my maternity that I was unpaid because I took the additional maternity leave, and it was absolutely fine because SKILLSHARE has always been good for me. There were months where I've earned 7 to 10 times more than my employment income, and even during those unpaid months, we were absolutely fine with just SKILLSHARE. Having spent a whole year with my little one, I dreaded the idea of separating from him and going to the office. I was concerned as to how he would adjust with someone else and how separating from me would change him. Because there is nothing that can replace the time we give him and the motherly love and affection that can do to him. So we weighed the pros and cons, and here's what we thought. My husband didn't want me to quit my job because he was proud of my passion for learning and working as an aerospace engineer. Also, he said that if I quit now, my son would never know me as a person who had a full-time job, a desk job, or a mother who was an aerospace engineer. We were already managing everything on our own, and him being in our lives had no significant changes to my art business. Me starting YouTube has, which is why I decided to close Patreon and focus on this one instead. If I quit my job, it meant that I was putting away my dreams, and that is not what I wanted to teach my son. I didn't take this full-time job because of financial situation or because I had no other choice. It was because I loved it. It was and is my dream. I wanted him to see me as a mother who was managing it all, working full-time, taking care of the household, and nurturing an art business on the side. Sending him to the nursery full week was almost £1,300 per month, and having my art business meant that we were not going to get any childcare benefits because we crossed the income threshold. That was nearly £15,000 a year, which was nearly 70% of what I spent to get a degree from Cranfield. So it was also deciding whether we wanted to keep that money in hand and I look after him, or pay it so that I can work. This part was actually simple because me working would bring in twice this amount and we would still have extra. Another factor that we considered was the fact that me sitting at home with him was not going to help with his development. In UK here, it is not the same as what we experienced in the 2 months that we stayed with him in India. There he gets to meet lots of people every day, see cars, buses, vehicles, trains all around. Because my mom lives in an apartment overlooking the road, river and railway tracks, and there are hundreds of kids to play with him. At home here, there is a limit to which I can take him to the play zones or find areas to play around. I used to take him to the library for games and reading for toddlers every week, but that was again just weekly. And we had decided that we will only talk to him in Malayalam, our native language, because we wanted him to learn that, as there was no way that he would learn it otherwise. And this fact would actually have been a problem for him when he joins school here. His peers would have learned to talk in English and communicate with each other, and he would be left out. But if we send him to the nursery, he would learn both, and it would be a win-win situation for all of us. And reflecting back to the 2 months that he has been there, it was the best decision we ever made. He understands both languages now, and he does so many activities there that I could never even think of. They have a soft play zone, a ball pit, a sand pit, a messy play zone, and in just 2 months, he's read hundreds of books, had toddler pancake making session, Play-Doh games, and even painting sessions. I can't wait for him to grow up and see this video. I love my work and I enjoy every second of it. I know that this is a privilege and that the position that I am in may not be the same for everyone. Work culture in the UK is good, and again, I know that this is not true for everyone out there. You don't need to paint every day, but you can manage a whole art business on the side for sure. I have been searching all over YouTube and I have seen lots of videos about how someone quit their job to be a full-time artist. If you have the privilege and the wish to do that, then it is absolutely fine. But what if you love both those aspects of your life equally as I do? Or what if you're not in a financial position where you can quit your job? Or the circumstances surrounding you is not favorable for you to quit a job? Can you still pursue a whole business? And my answer is yes, you can. If I can do it, you can do it too. And I haven't seen a single person talking about this here in YouTube. I did my research, yes, and I'm here to show you exactly how it can be done. I'm here to impart my productivity routine, my passion and love for painting, my knowledge about watercolors and other media, my tested and working strategies and systems with you, so that you can be the person who manages all of it along with a full-time job. But hear me out, if you're in a position to quit your job and pursue a full-time career in art and really wish to do it, then go ahead and do it. It is the best feeling in the world. I'm pretty sure that if I was still doing that insurance underwriting managerial job in India, I would have quit to become a full-time artist without a second thought. But I'm sure that my systems would still help you achieve your highest goals in your career. And I'll be super honest and transparent with you. I wanted to get monetized on this channel before I start sharing all my bomb strategies and routine. Obviously, that definitely is something that every YouTuber looks forward to, right? This is why I have been stalling with other videos. I hope you like my ideas, my art, and me. If you think you can endure me and my art, then do like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. See you in my next video. Bye bye.